Will this kind of spirit be able to continue? Or is that what goes with creating something new and then vanishes after the new thing is created?
Do you mean after we leave?
Yeah.
I think we're constantly growing. We're constantly growing, and next year they're going to grow too, and they've got to have the same spirit in order to grow.
Can I just understand the question? Do you mean for us, like?
No, I mean for the institution, for the school.
Okay.
I think it's gonna still
institutions
be
go through
there.
life cycles just like people do.
I think that the people have seen us, and they've seen our spirit, and the people that we've been recruiting, they have even gotten up and started really getting into talking about the school to their parents because they want to come. So I think if there's a little majority of people that are really like that, then it goes out. Because when I first came to the school, and I heard that first day I came to school, I just was coming for the only reason that it was, I'll go, I don't care. All right, it's a new school, okay. Like, I didn't know anything about it until I really, anything for me was better than what I was
where you
doing.
were, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
And when I came and I heard that we had to have applications and everything, it was really different. But when I got into it and I seen everything, like, it just really changed me. Like, when I seen what goes on here, like, the more experience you have, the more different kind of people you can relate to. And you can learn from everybody. Like, you can learn from your teacher and everything.
Even from a teacher.
Yeah. Exactly.
Teachers can even learn from us.
Yeah, that's true.
I think the answer is complicated. I think we've learned some lessons. Some of the things that we talked about before the school existed have been borne out. We know that the experiential use in the classroom does in fact work effectively. We know that the elimination of tracking unquestionably is a good idea. We know some of these things, and that gives us kind of added confidence for the future. But unless the institution continues to evolve, unless we are careful not to permit ourselves to be happy with what exists and perpetuate it, then I think that the danger raises freely.
I mean, a little thing strikes me. You built a dark room. Well, the entering class isn't going to have to build a dark room. The dark room is a good activity. People get involved in it and get something out of it. So maybe what you should do is tear it down before you leave.
One of the things we said was, the fear we had was the structure that was there when school opened. We would already be prepared for the students, and how could we almost destructure so that when they came in, they had a part in rebuilding a school. Well, we're bringing different things in next year, so it is going to be different. We're bringing college courses in from Syracuse University, which now has been approved. So that will be, students will be involved in structuring that. That will be a completely new part of the total program. Ken is thinking about bringing in the 11th grade in a pilot study, which again will have to be developed. And I think we're very aware, that's just what you're talking about, that we always have to have new structuring and new involvement with students. We've been fearful of the same thing.
I do think like a lot of spirit is going to be lost in a way, because like it's a feeling of like we were the pioneers, like we were the ones that like helped create the school, and some of that will be lost. But I think there'll be other things to compensate for it, like just in the performing arts center next year they're getting a music teacher and more with better facilities. Like some of that might compensate for the feeling. It can never be the same as it was this year, but other things will be better.
There's always things that have to be built. I know Ken was talking about before the Performing Arts Center building an amphitheater, and now could be the equivalent of Frank Starkman. And the year after that, they'll do something else.
How about the work outside the school? I'd like to hear about the work experiences.
That's another thing that could be new next year too, because one of the students that is coming over remembers my talking last year to some students in the high school about the possibility of creating a corporation. A student, and I think we shared that here one time. Well, nothing at this point has come of it because there haven't been the people to assume the responsibility. Some earlier in the year, some people did express some interest, but because of so many directions to go and other things took priority, there is being the key person in building that, and that is going to be a whole other involvement in work experience. But I think some of the people here can talk about their work experiences and what it meant.
I saw Doug's face light up.
What experiences outside the school? Well, I work for the Suffolk County Police Department as a photographer in the morgue. We take pictures of the crime lab. take pictures of stiffs and crime scene going on. Also,
Lively crowd.
Sneaking. We also,
Well, now, you placed there through the school?
no, I did on my own.
Did on your own? Before?
No, he did on his own, but he's getting credit through the school.
Doug, why don't you go through a whole set so
Yeah, how'd
he
you
gets
get
the
there?
idea of
How'd you
future
get
shock
there?
of
Right.
changing
Okay,
all
what's it
your
have to do with
jobs.
school?
I'll start from the beginning.
Okay.
Right.
First, I started working for TV6, which is a small television company in Long Island. And I went there as a cameraman. And it seemed I got bored doing the same TV shows over and over again. And after a while, they had us painting trucks and podiums. And I said, I come here to learn how to do engineering work, not how to paint trucks and podiums. Then I quit. And then the next thing, I started working as a photographer for Suffolk County Police in the morgue, taking pictures of stiffs, crime scenes, and investigations that we can't talk about. And that was crazy. Then I got transferred to upstairs to the commissioner's office, working as assistant, to one of the officers working in community relations with the people in the community. And from there, working with kids in my community, in my Oakland. And from there, I worked for United Artists as a assistant district manager, working in all the theaters. We have 140 theaters in Long Island. And I get to see all the flicks and edit them and rant manager. I work as a rant manager and supervisor on Sundays for what's called a trade and sale. And now I'm working on a program for next September for the police department and a new program called community relations. So whole totally revised program.
Now, how does that plug into the school?
Well, it gives the police department a better, a better place to go. We have a program that comes to the school on Tuesday evenings that has the police department through. It's called the Suffolk County Police Board. They come there and have their meetings there, and they know just basically know all the members from the school district about it, someone from the outside of the school. It gives the people from the community something about the school and the police department working together. The United Artists, they had a discount. Our school coming to the movies. They could have had about 48 people there.
One of the things that might be answered, I think, that you asked was what was the role of the school. We sometimes provide an opening for specific jobs, but we can't always do that. But through their own training, through orientation and workshops, they learn how to communicate themselves on the phone. We had a young lady, it's absolutely fantastic, music therapy. We could not find her the position. I think she spent weeks on the phone, calling and calling and calling, finally located a position for herself in music therapy, and I think she has had 2 breakthroughs with autistic children. And I mean, they have gone crazy, the people working with her. Here's a young girl, so to speak, to them, not to us, but to them, coming out, starting to work with these young children, and 2 breakthroughs in autistic children. So she's decided that that's her field. Others have found out that it's not their field. It's their office. That isn't where I want to be. I better learn more.
I wanted to be a policeman, and I worked a security job on my own. I got a job, plus I worked through the Pilgrim State, offers various jobs, and like all sorts of things, plumbing and everything. I picked security. I learned something about police work, wearing uniform, authority, and I just changed my mind really completely. I feel like I want to be. It's not for me. I'm not that type of person to wear a uniform and have that authority. I learned, like different. You just communicate different. You have to. Because the people they approach it different. When you have a uniform and you have authority, they yell at you first. So now I'm just trying to get into a different field. I'm starting business management. I'm going to college for business management instead of police science. So that helped me a great deal. I probably would have went to college for 2 years in police science. I might have been a policeman. I might not have really liked it.